Are we live? Are you guys seeing the record button? So we'll try that again today. Good?
That was embarrassing. That was embarrassing, Chris.
Yeah. Very embarrassing. I was very embarrassed.
Yep.
Yes, definitely. All right, what's up, Hauppauge High School community? We have a really special morning meeting here today as we round out or begin really a new decade this year. We are going to hit the rewind button by a decade and bring some people on in a second to say hello and talk about their experiences at Hauppauge High School and also just in the Hauppauge community a little bit, but we'll get to that in a second. Today is, what is today? Wednesday, June 10th? I think so. Yeah, Wednesday, June 10th. And we have 13 or 12 school days left after today to finish the year. But again, please talk to teachers if you're wondering how specific classes are going to wind down. It's been quite the spring. So we're excited about today. Who do we have on here? We have some alum of the class of 2010 on here, and we're going to chat with them a little bit. So I'll cue you with just a quick call on your first name and then come on and say hello, introduce yourself a little bit. Chris, come on down.
Thanks, Mr. Cook. So my name is Chris Ramusa. I work for a community health center here in New York City. I live in Astoria, Queens. What I do at the health center is I manage 4 different grants that we are awarded. I also manage a pharmacy program. My educational background, after I graduated from Hauppauge, I went on to get my bachelor's in health sciences and then my master's in health administration.
Nice. And Chris, you please don't call me Mr. Cook. Thank you. Chris is fine.
I call all my teachers Mr. and Miss or Mr. and Mrs. still. I don't know. It's habit. I don't know if everyone else does the same thing, I'm sure.
Got it. Well, we'll see. Chris is for everybody, okay?
I think my sister calls you Mr. Cook, so I feel obligated.
She does. I missed Alex. I wish we could see each other in person. Too bad.
I'll tell you hi.
Definitely. Thank you. Christina, go for it.
Hi. So I currently live in Hauppauge, and I teach special education in a school in Brooklyn. After I graduated high school, I went on to get a bachelor's degree in American Studies and a master's in special education.
Awesome. Well, thanks for carrying the torch on the educational front. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you. Nice to meet you, Christina. Geraldine. Who are you, Geraldine?
Hello.
Hello. It's nice to see you.
Good to see you. I work at the high school. I work in the college center as a TA, and I did my bachelor's actually for special education, and did not do my master's yet, but I am thinking about what I want to do still. So we'll see about that. But yes, I work at the high school, and I live in, like 10 minutes away from the high school, so it's not bad.
Yeah, I get it. Awesome. Well, we miss you, Geraldine. It's good to see you this way.
Yeah. Thanks.
Joanna.
Hey, everyone. So since high school, I went to school. I got my bachelor's in finance. Then I got my MBA focusing in human resource management. Right now, I currently work in human resources at a company in the city, which focuses on providing IT solutions to businesses. So I work in their human resources department, and I live in Long Beach, so right on the water.
Nice. Joe, who are you? You wanted to say hello? I mean, we see you every day.
Yeah, my name is Joe. I work at the high school, one of the assistant principals. I did not go to Hauppauge. But yeah, I'm here every day, so good morning. Happy Wednesday.
Joe, what high school class were you? 2000.
I was Division Avenue High School in Levittown, class of 2006.
Got it. All right. Slight behind. Joy.
Hi, everybody. It's great to see all of you. Thanks for being with us today. So I'm Joy Ferrara. I graduated from Southern Regional High School, which is in Manahawkin, New Jersey. I grew up in Long Beach Island, New Jersey. I graduated in 1983. I like long walks on the beach and sunsets.
Excellent. Out east, yes. Kathleen, go for it.
Hi. Thanks for having me. I can't believe it's been 10 years since we graduated. It's crazy. So after high school, I went to get my bachelor's at Towson University. special education and elementary education. Then my life kind of took a turn, and I was sick, so I moved home to New York for a little bit, and then I moved back to Baltimore, and I teach second grade, and I have been teaching for 4.5 years.
Awesome. Another educator. Awesome. And thanks for sharing a little bit about your personal life. Excellent. Appreciate that. Christy, who are you?
Good morning. I'm Chrissy Pagliari. I'm one of the assistant principals at the high school. I graduated from Smithtown Central School District in 1996, though I was actually the class of 1997, so I am younger than that, just to clarify. I then went to Stony Brook for my Bachelor's of Science in Biochemistry, to Dowling for my Master's in Secondary Education, and back to Stony Brook for my administration degree for school district and school building leader. And now I'm at the Hauppauge High School as the assistant superintendent. This is my 19th year in education.
You were the assistant principal, not the assistant.
You got promoted today?
What did I say?
Assistant superintendent.
Oh, that's my aspiration one day.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. I love it. I will be the assistant superintendent. I love it. Excellent. Maria, thanks for pulling this together. What's up? How's it going this morning?
Hi, everybody. One second.
Nope, no problem.
Well, I'm going to say I'm going to keep it really. Is there an echo going on?
There is. Maria, your
Mom,
sound is usually perfect.
Mom, are you and Christina in the same room?
Mom, are you?
Oh, she's coming back. I love it. Right away, the daughter jumped right in to save the day. I loved it. I loved it. That was amazing. Mark, we'll go to you and then we'll come back.
All right, sure. Well, thanks for having me. Currently, I'm living in Southwest Virginia. I'm working on my PhD in history. For college, I graduated with an undergrad in business, and I switched over to history for my master's degree. After that, I spent some time working in DC, spent a few months at a think tank, and then took a staff position in Congress on Capitol Hill. Had some health issues, moved back to New York, did some adjunct work, and then decided to continue on with my education.
Cool.
So that's what I'm doing now.
The pathway from business to history is probably more unique from the pathway than history to business, if you get what I'm saying. Your pathway to history is one that I wouldn't always expect. Very cool. Very cool. Maria, welcome back. We got this?
Yep, I'm back. Okay,
Maria?
So are we still having this issue?
It's less, but I just want to point out, as soon as you had an issue, your daughter started kind of chiming in with what she thought you would do to fix it. So we got a little taste of what it is like at home. It's good.
Yes, my daughters know me and they jump in every time.
What's up, Maria? How you doing today?
I'm doing well. I'm going to go I'm going to go outside.
All right.
Just give me a moment.
No problem. Ruthie, let's go to you. We'll come back. Maria,
Okay.
Come back after Ruthie, all right?
No,
Ruthie,
I'm
go.
good.
Oh, you did. Go for it.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm just going to make this real short and sweet. I'm really, really glad to see all you guys. I haven't seen you guys in quite some time. Chris is probably the one that I've seen. Well, no, outside of my daughters. Chris is the one I've probably seen the most recent. No, actually, Jerry Lynn is. I'm really glad to see you guys, and I hope everybody has a great day, and that's it.
Awesome. And we'll bring you back in a few minutes for your segment, okay? Ruthie, go for it.
Hi, guys. I am really thrilled to see you guys as well. It's nice to see you. So I graduated in 1810 from Walnut Hills High School in Cincinnati, Ohio, and then I went on to Michigan State to study theater, and then I came to New York to study with a lot of other people, and then I moved out to Long Island and bit the bullet and went back to Stony Brook to get my education as well as my master's in theater, so in education.
Awesome. Awesome.
Story.
Thank you. 1810. That's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Sue, you want to come on if you would try to tilt the screen down a little bit so we can see you a little bit better. And then what's up? How you doing? You just got to hit the mute button and then you should be good to go.
Sorry.
No problem.
I just wanted to join to say hello to everybody. I thought this was a great idea that Maria thought of. Of course, it has nothing to do that my daughter would be on, but it's nice to see her. She's in Maryland. We haven't seen each other since Christmas. So this is a special treat for me. Jerry Lynn, I miss you, seeing you every day and seeing that belly of yours.
I miss you too.
And the rest of you, have a great day. I'm just excited to see everybody.
Awesome.
Welcome back, Chris.
Thanks, Mrs. Morrissey.
All right, I'm unmuting or muting.
Cool. Well, guys, thank you so much for being here. Pretty cool to think just 10 years ago that you were graduating high school. It's been a spring like none other here, and our seniors have lost out on a lot. And our students have kind of, had a tough go this spring. But really excited to kind of point them forward a little bit today and hear a little bit from you. Thank you for sharing about what you're doing. You're all doing really excellent work, and so we recognize that and see that. And I'd love to spend time kind of chatting with each of you a little bit more about your pathways. But for TV quality, we're going to jump into a question that I think we'll have some real resonance with our community who are watching. The first question is, who was the most important teacher in your life when you were in high school at Hauppauge? Maybe some of them may have retired by now. I don't know. We'll see where this goes. But really just kind of dive into who the most important teacher was to you as a high school student in Hauppauge. And we'll start same order. Chris, if you want to jump in and go for it.
Oh my goodness, that's so hard. I had so many good teachers. Can I give a couple, I guess? Is that okay?
You can give a couple, yeah.
Okay, I'll give one from like each of my favorite subjects. So for English,
well, so you said a couple, right? Not like you're setting me up for like you're gonna list out 7 or 8.
No, I'm gonna do like 2 or 3.
All right, cool.
I'll see what comes to mind right now. For English, I really like Miss Cody. I think she has a different name now, if I'm not mistaken.
Miss who?
Cody.
That's Miss Darby.
Miss Darby.
Oh,
okay, so
Darby. There you go.
She was amazing. For science, oh my God, I had so many good ones for science. I'm gonna have to pass on that one because there's too many to list. But for I really loved orchestra. I played the violin. So Miss Tomasino was amazing. Miss Paese. Yes, yeah, Miss Paese now. Yes, we'll leave it at that. We'll give a shout out to those 2.
Beautiful. Thanks, Chris. Christina, what about you?
Hi, yeah, my favorite teacher would have to be Miss Kono because I really enjoyed history and learning from her. So she was very influential when I was in high school.
Excellent. Thank you. Jerry Lynn, this you can answer honestly. And I know you're a little bit more of an awkward spot than the rest of them.
One of mine retired, so.
Okay, that's the right choice for your
But
job.
I do kind of have 2. I have a lot. There were so many. But I have to say, because I went for English special ed, I loved Miss Ryan my senior year. She was just awesome. And she was great. And then Mr. Dunn, because I like always sang my whole life, and he just like always made me feel good about my singing and everything. So he was the one that retired, but he was great. So
yeah, I got to work with Kevin a little bit last year, so I appreciate you.
He had a lot of fans.
Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah. Joanna, what about you?
I probably have a few as well. Definitely think that this teacher was just all around pretty much loved by every student, Mr. Maida. I know he's retired. I don't know if he's still coaching, but, just a absolutely wonderful person. And then another teacher that comes to mind is Mr. Salvaggio. I took him for college sports marketing. So he actually is, what I know I didn't end up in, the business field, but he kind of influenced my decision to go get my bachelor's in business just by taking his class.
Beautiful. Thank you. We'll skip over the APs. I'm not going to ask you for your favorite Hauppauge high school teacher. That's probably not the right question to ask. Kathleen, go for it.
Hi. I would say my favorite teacher from high school was Miss Ryan. I actually have never really been a big fan of reading, but once I had her, I don't know, something just clicked. She was a gem. I doubt she's there anymore. And then also for gym, and I can't remember if this is middle school or high school. I think it was high school. Mrs. Coro or Miss Coro. She always made gym class really fun. They're all great.
I love it. Every Hauppauge alum I've talked to, they speak so positively about teachers. It's really quite amazing. And when you say Miss Ryan, Ruthie and Joy, we're talking about Dr. Ryan, right? Like that's who we're talking about?
Yep.
Yes, and Miss Coro is now Mrs. Kunzig, which is Grace Kunzig's daughter-in-law, and she's actually teaching at I think she's over at Forest Brook and Bretton Woods.
Got it. Cool. Yeah, so Dr. Ryan is still at the high school, and I've gotten to work with her. She runs our IB program and teaches English, so we've gotten to get to know each other a little bit. She's really tremendous. So thanks for bringing that up, Kathleen. Mark, what about you?
Sure. Well, my favorite two teachers would be Ellen Ryan, who's been mentioned. She was just an incredible teacher. I use some of her writing techniques to this day when I'm working on papers. And then second would be Doreen Gordon, who was a great history teacher. Also, I worked with her at the pool as a lifeguard, so a lot of memories there. So
excellent. That's awesome. Thanks for sharing that. Dr. Ryan's going to be so psyched that this happened to hear, and then we gave her some love. And I appreciate you recognizing Mrs. Gordon too, who no longer teaches, but kind of runs our whole social studies endeavor and business as well. So good stuff. Mark, and what strategies in particular do you remember from Dr. Ryan? I love that you brought up specific strategies. Yeah, well, she's the one that introduced sort of free writing, to sort of get the ball rolling if you're kind of stuck in the writing process. So that's something I do to this day. I'll just start, if I'm not really sure how to start on the topic or how to delve into some research that I'm trying to write on, I'll use that technique, just kind of let it flow. And then you eventually, after 5 or 10 minutes, as she would say, you kind of get on track. Something will happen in your brain. It'll start moving forward. Cool. All right. So you guys, some of you are live closer to Hauppauge or in Hauppauge, others afar. So the question that I'm going to give you some time to think about is what is the place when you're in Hauppauge that you go to for like a quick bite to eat that like makes you feel at home? I grew up in Wading River, so not far out east, and I can always just remember whenever I would come back to the area, it was like automatic bagel, egg and cheese sandwich of some sort that I would get. But you guys think about it, that'll be the question. Right now we're going to jump back into our correspondences to get back on track a little bit. With that, we have 4 segments ready to go. We'll keep them, or 5 segments today ready to go. Keep them a little bit quick, and then we'll get to that question around favorite spot in Hauppauge. Jay, to the Dubs on sports.
All right, so we'll jump into sports. Again, I'll skip trivia again to keep it short. We have a short segment today anyway because there's not much happening in sports, as you know. Still that way, but we're inching closer. And I think if we were to have any shows in July or August, we would have a lot more to report on. But for now, we don't have much. Yesterday, since the last report, the MLB players countered the proposal that the owners proposed over the weekend. They countered with an 89-game proposal with full prorated salaries. I don't think the owners will go for it, but we're inching closer to a baseball agreement, luckily. So hopefully we have baseball soon. And if you're looking for anything to watch tonight, the MLB draft is actually on tonight. It's not particularly exciting for non-baseball fans, but if you are a baseball fan and you want to see who your team's next potential star could be in a few years, that'll be on the MLB network tonight. And on this day in history, in 1921, Babe Ruth hit his 120th home run, which at the time was the most all time, if you can believe that.
Wow.
Yep. So at this point, I didn't count the exact number because I thought I'd be able to, and I didn't feel like counting that high, but it was upwards of 900 players that have that many home runs or more. At the time, though, that was the most all time. He finished his career with 714. So pretty nuts.
Wow. It's crazy to think he spent his whole career out in front like that.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. So back to you, Chris.
My voice. Joy, go for it. What's today
Over to
in
Joy.
history?
Oh, wow. Today we have so many. So let me ask a question. Anyone on this panel, okay? What contains shredded cabbage, ground pork, and is wrapped up and a crispy outer.
An egg roll.
There you go. Woo!
There you go.
Today is National Egg Roll Day. And I did a quick Google search. You can actually make these delicious delicacies in your own home. You can substitute the ground pork for ground turkey, make it a little healthier. You can use a coleslaw pre-shredded mix. National Egg Roll Day. And remember, everyone, if you eat the egg roll standing up,
it doesn't
count. Beautiful. Okay. Today is National Ballpoint Pen Day. Ballpoint pen goes back to the 1940s. We're not going to get into that history.
Ruthie was alive.
Yes. And so was my husband. Love you, babe. Today is also National Black Cow Day. What is a black cow, are you asking? Of course. So it's also known as a root beer float. Root beer with a scoop of vanilla ice cream. You have an excellent summer dessert there. And last but not least, one of my favorite today is National Iced Tea Day. Here's a quick, easy way to make iced tea, also known as sun tea. A plastic container, fill it with hot water. If you like it sweet, some sugar at the bottom, 3 or 4 tea bags, and put it in a sunny spot in your yard all day. By the end of the day, you will have brewed iced tea, poured over ice. Enjoy it with a lemon wedge or a mint sprig, and you're good to go. So that, ladies and gentlemen, are our national days for today. Over to you, Christy, with the weather.
Hi, good morning. Sun rose today at 5:21. It's going to set tonight at 8:23, but it's really cloudy out, so you really can't see it. But it is 70 degrees. It's going to get high up to 75, partly cloudy throughout the day. Ruthie looks like she sees it. Maybe I haven't been inside. I'm just reading the weather reports. Hopefully I'll be able to get outside sometime today to see and confirm the weather. Sometimes my reports don't actually coincide with what happens during the rest of the day. So enjoy the day. It's going to be very humid, though, with a 74-degree humidity. All right, Ruthie's going to prove me wrong right now. That's okay.
You get a shot of the sky. We should totally have like one of those segments where it's like then shows the traffic at the circle. That'd be
all
funny.
Right, so tomorrow I'll do the forecast from outside.
Got it. Awesome. Maria, what's going on? What's for dinner tonight?
Okay, first of all, I could tell you it is absolutely gorgeous out right now. I'm outside. The second thing I need to tell you is Matt Oswald, who is Kerry Oswald's son, had planned to come on. I just got a text to say hello to everybody. He is currently at the Hauppauge Firehouse.
All right, cool.
Okay.
Well, I hope that's cool, but I hope that doesn't mean there's a fire. To be clear, it's not cool that he's at the firehouse if there's a fire, but it's cool that he does that. Anyway, Maria, keep going.
Okay. So anyway, just for dinner tonight, I think we're going to barbecue. Keep it simple, keep it light. I'll probably, well, actually, I don't really barbecue. My husband does. So we'll let him do that and just make a salad to go along with it.
Nice.
Nothing really extravagant.
And I was impressed with your daughter beating you to the punch on the food trivia today.
Oh, let me tell you something. When Joanna said egg roll, Christina, tell me if you remember this. Us being in church, all of us being in church, they have the kids go sit right by the altar on a mat or on a carpet. And the priest talks to them. And he's talking to them. And Joanna, you'll probably remember this. It's just me and my husband, and we're sitting there. And he said, "What's your favorite food?" Joanna, first arm up, goes egg drop soup.
Nice.
Remember, Joanna? I mean, she had to be like 6 years old. And I just looked at my husband. I go, Joanna's probably the only kid that likes egg drop soup that much. It's got to be her. That's
amazing that she didn't drop, do you make egg drop soup?
No, I tried. It was a failure.
Unbelievable. So even right from the jump, she was straying outside of the home for food. She doesn't appreciate all the cooking that you do. Joanna, do you have to defend yourself at all? What do you got?
I mean, I just really like egg drop soup, and it was an absolute failure with my mom trying.
It was. I tried
so
a couple of times, and it just was like, no.
Awesome. Awesome. All right, Ruthie, what's in the art world? What's happening?
Okay, so first of all, today, Judy Garland was born in 1922. One of my favorites. I just love Judy Garland. And Frederick Loewe of Lerner and Loewe, the composer, was born. Anybody know, can anybody name a famous musical by Lerner and Loewe?
Hey, Ruthie, I got an idea. You should, for your trivia portions, next week we should bring some theater alum to the table.
Let's do that. Let's do that. They're coming. They're on their way.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it was just revived on Broadway last year at the Vivian Beaumont. My Fair Lady. Oh my gosh. Alexa is talking back to me. Alexa just went off. Okay, I can come back outside now because beautiful sounds of Long Island were coming up behind me, all the guys cutting the grass. So yeah, so the other thing, so today, actually, this weekend, we can all watch The Wiz, which is one of my all-time favorite Broadway musicals. It's such a fun show. It's streaming on a stream called The Show Must Go On, and it's on YouTube. It's going to be great. It's really an awesome production. And there's also a socially conscious piece that I really love. Anna Devere Smith is an artist who actually was one of the first Stage the Change keynotes. And Anna Devere Smith writes documentaries, docudramas, and there's going to Notes from the Field, which I just saw, I'm going to say 6 months ago at the Signature Theater. They're playing a live stream of that. And it's all about equity in education and prison system and poverty, and it's got some really good things to say. So that's on this week as well, can be live streamed. And Martha Graham, her dance company's doing Lamentation, which is one of my favorite pieces. So that's the story in the arts. Back to you, Chris.
Thank you. All right, so now we're going to pivot pretty quickly. We got 2 more rounds, and the first round is literally just your favorite spot in Hauppauge to get a bite to eat. You're back in town or you're in the area or whatever, just like the place that makes you feel like I gotta have that right now, kind of relax, make me feel at home. And then the second is we just do a round of shout outs at the end. So anybody you want to give a shout out into the world to. So we have a lot of reason to be thankful and grateful right now. So we just do a round of shout outs at the end. So Chris, spot to eat. What's your go-to?
Oh, I'm probably going to steal everybody's by saying this with Branchinelli's, but also Ralph's.
All right, so you get the pizza and then the ice cream. I'm with you.
Sure.
Christina, what about you? What's your go-to?
I would have to go with Branchinelli's also, but lately I've been getting kind of into Mama Angelina's. Their calamari pizza is amazing.
They have calamari pizza. That's interesting. Well, you just got them another customer. Chris, what do you get at Branchinelli's?
Oh, I mean, any of the pizzas. I like white pizza a lot.
Yeah. A white calamari pizza. Now that would just really be over the edge.
Ooh, you can open up a restaurant.
There we are. Geraldine, what's your go-to?
So Branchinelli's is definitely the spot to go. But now, since I work there, I also go to Brendel's, and they have good bagels, and I get like a lot of wraps there too. So, but Branchinelli's was definitely the place to go in high school.
Nice. Yeah, I would say all 3 spots named so far are stone throw away from the high school. Joanna, what about you?
Oh, Branchinelli's too. Branchinelli's for sure.
That's epic. Kathleen.
So I don't live in the state anymore. So when I come home, I take pizza very seriously.
Yes.
So Miss America, Miss Hauppauge 2010, Ryan Thatcher and I, every time I come home, we go to Branchinelli's or Hot Bagels. But I think Hot Bagels is gone now.
I think Hot Bagels moved to buy Uncle Giuseppe's.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
that just happened, right?
Hot Bagels is awesome.
Did that move just happen, or that happened a while ago?
I think it's been like a year or more. A little bit, like a year, or maybe a little over a year.
Kathleen, I lived in Boston for a long time. The pizza was terrible, and I understand coming home. Baltimore, same story. It's just
it's awful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Completely awful.
Yeah, I get it. Mark, what's your go-to?
It would have to be Branchinelli's and hot bagels. So it's those
amazing.
two.
Amazing.
We're
Well,
all
I'm
so
glad
predictable.
there's good
We've
continuity.
all gone to these places together too, so that doesn't help.
Yeah. Your brains are just going right to the place that you're all together. That's awesome.
Chris and I used to go to the gym, and then we'd go to Branchinelli's or the bar after. So
that makes sense as two activities right after each other. Let's
kind of cancel each other out.
A little bit. Excellent. All right. Well, guys, thank you for this. We're gonna finish with a round of shout outs. I'll start it off, and then we'll go to Chris, and then we'll rotate around to everybody. I think my shout out is really to the alum of Hauppauge that I've met over the last couple of years. I can say this: I haven't met a single alum who has looked at their Hauppauge high school experience as being something that was negative. In fact, everybody that I've interacted with has talked so positively about the experience they've had. Certainly the friends that they developed, but even more striking has been just the ease through which they're able to talk about the educators that they connected with while they were here. So pretty impressive, a very special place for a long, long time. And I'm grateful to be in this spot, and thanks for refreshing my mind around that and sharing your stories from a decade ago or more to the class of 2010. So thanks for being here. Chris, shout out, go for it.
I would have to shout out my sister. She's graduating in a few weeks. I'm so proud of you, Alexandra. You've accomplished so much. You're the last of our family to make it through the high school, so we're very excited and kind of bittersweet about that. But I know me and Mommy and Joseph are very proud of you. We love you very much.
Oh, that was beautiful. Thanks, Chris. Christina.
I'd like to shout out to my students because they're really trying, and I know how tough the online learning can be, but I have a decent amount that are showing up to Google Meet's class and really trying with the schoolwork.
Awesome. Thank you. Jerry Lynn.
I would like to give a shout out to all the Hauppauge seniors. I know how I don't really know how you're feeling, but I could totally understand how you're feeling. But just remember that you have so much ahead of you. Life goes super fast, and just enjoy every second of it.
Awesome. Thank you. Joanna.
So since graduating, I did get married. So I'm going to give a shout out to my husband, even though he's never going to watch this. And then just give a shout out to my little brother. Mom, tell Nick I did this. Give me some bonus points. But he's graduating or graduated last month in 3 years. And now he's headed to law school. So shout out to Nick.
Beautiful. J-Dubs.
Yeah, I'll just echo what Chris said. Shout out to all of you for being here. You know, you're not students here. No one forced you to be here. It speaks a lot to your experience that you want to be on the show. Same as Chris. We've met a lot of alums. I've only been in Hauppauge for 3 years, but no one has ever had a negative thing to say, and they've all had, just speak glowingly about their time in Hauppauge. So, shout out to you.
Thank you, Joy.
Yeah, so alum, I am so super proud of all of you. It's really cool to see how far you've come on your 10-year journey from graduating Hauppauge. And I have to say, I taught in another district. My son went to high school in another district, and I don't know of any other high school, where students want to come back and visit like they want to come back to Hauppauge. So it's so cool, and we thank you for the legacy that you've given us and paved the way for, to students to come. So good luck with the next 10 years of your journey, and we look forward to hearing all wonderful things.
Yeah, let's Joy to that. Let's book it. So guys, on June 10th, 2030, let's come back. We'll have another Google Meet. We'll capture it. Okay.
I probably won't be here, but maybe in spirit.
You'll be here, on this earth. You'll be here on this earth, Joy.
I'll be here on this earth.
Jerry Lynn will have an almost 10-year-old.
Yeah.
I'll call in. I'll call in from my retirement home.
Awesome. Kathleen.
I want to give a shout out to class of 2010. We've all had different journeys, but we're all crushing it. And of course, shout out to the class of 2020. My heart goes out to those kids who missed their prom and everything. And shout out to my mom. Thanks for having me on, and I miss you.
Nice. Christy.
I'm going to give a shout out to all of our alum that joined us today. I grew up very close to here, but it's always amazing to hear Hauppauge graduates and how they just had such a great experience and still have these great relationships with all their Hauppauge friends so many years later. So I'm glad you guys got that. It was so nice to really get to see you this morning, and thank you for joining us.
Nice. Maria.
Yeah, hi. I'm going to give a shout out to all you guys for being here. It was really, really nice. I'm proud of all of you. Of course, there's two, that I'm a little more proud of, but, and Mr. Hauppauge and Jerry Lynn, soon to be mom. I'm really proud of all you guys. What I was just thinking about was like when Chris talked about, kids coming together and wanting to come back. Do you remember you guys with your prom, talking about proms, how almost your whole grade went together after prom? Like for the weekend, the whole grade, they rented big party buses and they just went out east and all stayed together. Right?
Yep.
Yeah, we're not allowed back.
All right, we're not talking about that.
Moving on.
Positive things only.
And Maria, you took us sideways. I was expecting one of them to take us sideways. You took us sideways here today. That's all right.
Yeah, but I wasn't going into any details.
Good. Good. All right, cool. Your shout out done? That's good.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done.
Thank you, Maria. Mark.
Sure. I'll shout out another alumni, my older brother, Lance Feld, who just finished his year as chief pediatric resident at Cohen's Hospital in Queens. And so in a few weeks, he'll be moving to Philadelphia to start his 3-year pediatric pulmonology fellowship at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. So give a shout out to him. Class of 2008.
Nice. Ruthie.
I too, it's redundant, but I'm going to give a shout out to you guys. It's really wonderful to see the alumni. And as Joy said, I also did not raise my kids in Hauppauge, but so many times I look around and I go, if I had known the gem that we have here in terms of the community and the school district and the teachers, my colleagues, I would have loved to have had my kids be part of this community because of kids like you. So I really appreciate your being here and happy to see those faces.
Thanks, Ruthie. And Sue.
Of course, I'll have to follow suit with everyone, for the seniors this year, but we can't forget about the 5th graders who are graduating also, and your 8th graders who are graduating also. There's so many important times as a child growing up and as a parent, we enjoy it as much as the kids do, if not more. We make the memories for them. So I give a shout out to all these kids that are missing all these special events. But I'd also like to give a shout out to our STEAM girls. I could not do anything that I'm doing right now with this long distance learning. I know, Joy. And I have to say specifically, Marina is in our building, and then we have Lori and Sina and Lisa, and those three girls are absolutely the best. So shout out to you guys. And of course, since my daughter's on, I have to give her a shout out for all her accomplishments. And the fact that I'm just going to throw this in. She's probably going to be angry, but she was supposed to get married in July. And because of this COVID, she had to put it off. So it's been a tough couple of months for her, for Matt, all of us. So shout out to you, Kathleen. Love you.
Awesome. And as you guys were going through this, I realized we know all of the mothers of the people on this call pretty well. And so I just kind of, to finish this off, just a shout out to the moms who, of all Hauppauge students, but particularly the alum here on the call, produced some, or cultivated and mentored some really wonderful people here. So thank you for that. And Maria, a special shout out to you. Thanks for pulling this together. This was your idea, and thanks for carrying it to the finish line for us. Had a lot of fun here this morning. Thank you,
It was
everybody.
awesome.
Yeah, really good. Really good.
Thanks, Chris.
All right. Peace out, everybody. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye,
Thank you.
guys.
Bye. Thanks for having us.
Thank
Love
you.
you.
Great to see you.
You too.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Send love home.
That was awesome.